Our project is on the impacts of climate change with pollinators. My name is Melissa Szwed.
I'm Tyler Demory.
And I'm Zie Goodman.
A problem is asynchronous phenology. Global warming is causing plants and pollinators to be mismatched. Usually when bees go to pollinate, it's at the same time that the plants are ready to be pollinated. However, because of climate change, the bees are ready to pollinate, but the plants aren't ready yet, and vice versa. This causes the number of plants and pollinators to decrease since the bees don't have food and the plants cannot reproduce. This could lead to extinction. Changes in the near future. The resilience of plant pollinators network to be weakened. Pollinators might not be able to keep up with the rising temperatures biologically. This could cause extinction of pollinators.
According to the IPCC's Sixth Assessment Report, 35% of domesticated crop volumes are pollinated by biological pollinators such as bees. They reported with high confidence that as climate change alters plant phenology, pollinator species are likely to decline, resulting in overall declines in global crop yields. This fact is reiterated by this chart, which visualizes comparatively the difference between crop volume and the number of crop species that are dependent on pollinator species. The chart also implies that as pollinator species decline, the drop in crop yield will be more significant in low to middle income countries. A decrease in crop yield is economically significant, as pollination as a whole global market has a value of $577 billion per year. A decrease in pollinators could mean higher prices for crops and major losses for farmers. In Latin America in particular, crops for pollinator species are essential, provide a high market value. Threats to pollination can threaten the economic stability of these nations.
There will also be huge increases in unemployment. In the US alone, 22.1 million people are employed in the agricultural industry. It makes up 10.4% of US employment. Without a thriving agricultural industry, many of these people will lose their jobs. Less availability of food will also mean a greater demand and inflated prices. This will mean that less people are able to afford high-quality food. There will be declines in foods rich in vitamin A, iron, and folate, which will have impacts on red blood cell production, immune system stability, and development, all impacting human health. There will also be increases in malnutrition-related diseases, as well as famine. Currently, hundreds of thousands of people are dying due to insufficient pollination. This is seen through cancer, stroke, coronary heart disease, and type 2 diabetes, and it primarily impacts low middle income level and upper middle income level nations. But we will see huge increases in this all over the world. The Sumerians are an example of a civilization that had unsustainable agricultural practices. So when salt levels increased in their soil, it made it unsuitable for their crops, and the civilization was unable to adapt. The hunger that resulted led to their ultimate collapse. Civilizations are more susceptible to conflict when people are starving. So there will be increased conflicts within nations as well as between nations, and we'll see more examples of weaponized famine leading to even more death within our globe.
In this presentation, we identified that climate change has altered plant phenology, which threatens pollinator species. Many crops are dependent on these species, meaning that declines will result in a decline in the global food supply. This would result in less availability of fruits and vegetables for humans, which could threaten human health in the near future. Threats to pollinators can therefore be seen as direct threats to the human population as well. Throughout this slideshow, we used information from these sources. Thank you so much.